Most people think superfoods have to be exotic imports from faraway places. Acai from the Amazon, goji berries from Tibet, matcha from Japan. But some of the most powerful ones grew right in Amish gardens for generations, passed down through families who valued nutrition over novelty. Today, I'm going to show you 10 forgotten superfoods that Amish farmers relied on for health and longevity. Foods that are easy to grow, packed with nutrients, and still available today. These aren't trendy or expensive. They're simple, practical, and proven by generations of people who lived long, active lives. If you're new here, welcome to Zero to Purpose, where we take simple, hands-on steps to live more creatively, sustainably, and intentionally. Grab a tea, settle in, and let's begin. Item 1. Heritage apples. Heritage apple varieties like Roxbury Russet, Northern Spy, and Arkansas Black aren't just tasty. They contain up to 40% more antioxidants than commercial supermarket apples. These heirloom trees were planted by Amish families who valued nutrition over appearance. The apples might look rustic, even rough, but that's where their power lies. Unlike modern apples bred for shelf life and uniform color, heritage varieties developed naturally to survive harsh conditions, concentrating vitamins and protective compounds. The older the variety, the more phytonutrients it typically contains. Many of these trees have been producing fruit for over a century, standing as testament to their resilience. Choose a heritage variety suited to your climate zone and plant in fall or early spring with full sun exposure. Water deeply during the establishment period, giving the roots time to anchor and spread. Use traditional pruning techniques to maximize sunlight reaching each fruit, which intensifies flavor and nutrient density. Allow beneficial insects to manage pests naturally instead of relying on chemical sprays. This was the Amish way, and it works. Many Amish elders ate these apples daily and maintained remarkable mobility well into old age. The enhanced antioxidant content supports cellular health and reduces inflammation naturally. Your body recognizes these whole foods and uses them more efficiently than isolated supplements. Heritage apples often store better than modern varieties. Some can last months in a cool cellar without refrigeration. The thick skins and dense flesh that made them ideal for winter storage also concentrate their nutritional benefits. One bite connects you to centuries of farming wisdom. Elderberry shrubs received uncommon reverence in Amish gardens because they produce fruits containing more vitamin C than oranges and antioxidant levels that overshadow even blueberries. Their immune-strengthening properties made them essential for winter wellness in communities that relied on natural remedies. When cold season arrived, elderberry syrup appeared on every table. The deep purple berries are loaded with anthocyanins and flavonoids that directly support immune cell function. Traditional Amish families relied on elderberry syrup during cold seasons with remarkable results. Fewer sick days, faster recovery, and maintained energy throughout winter months. The berries also contain iron, potassium, and vitamin A. Plant elderberry bushes facing sunrise for maximum vitamin absorption, as traditional Amish gardeners practiced. Morning light was considered essential for developing the berries' full medicinal potential. Allow shrubs to establish for 2 to 3 years before heavy harvesting. Patience rewards you with decades of abundant production. Clusters ripen in late summer, turning from green to deep purple-black. Prune older canes annually to encourage new growth and abundant fruiting. The bushes can grow quite large, so give them space to spread. Elderberries provide extraordinary protection during cold seasons, strengthening your body's natural defenses without harsh medications. They support respiratory health and reduce the duration of seasonal illness. The syrup tastes pleasant, making it easy to take daily as prevention rather than just treatment. Never eat raw elderberries. Cooking or fermenting removes compounds that can cause stomach upset. Always process them into syrup, jam, or wine. This simple step makes them completely safe and even more effective. The Amish understood this instinctively, passing the knowledge through generations of careful preparation. Pawpaw is North America's largest native fruit and was considered a nutritional powerhouse by Amish communities who found these trees growing wild behind their barns and along stream banks. One frequently shared account mentions a 104-year-old community member who ate pawpaws every autumn throughout life, crediting them for sustained vitality. The custard-like tropical fruit seems impossible for temperate climates, yet it thrives. Pawpaws are exceptionally rich in vitamin C, magnesium, iron, manganese, and potassium. They also contain unique compounds called acetogenins that research suggests may have cancer-fighting properties. The creamy yellow flesh tastes like a blend of banana, mango, and melon, unlike anything else that grows in cooler regions. Each fruit contains large, easy-to-remove seeds surrounded by nutritious pulp. Pawpaw trees prefer partial shade and moist, well-drained soil. They naturally grow in forest understories, thriving where many fruit trees struggle. Plant at least 2 trees for cross-pollination. Pawpaws need a partner to produce fruit. Space them about 15 feet apart in a sheltered location protected from strong winds. Fruit ripens in late summer to fall, dropping from the tree when perfectly ready. Once established, pawpaw trees need minimal care and no spraying. Protect young trees from deer browsing with simple fencing until they grow tall enough. Pawpaws have a short shelf life, so eat within days of ripening or freeze the pulp for smoothies and baking. The frozen pulp works beautifully in ice cream, creating a uniquely American tropical dessert. During the early 20th century, black currant cultivation was banned across most of the United States due to concerns about white pine blister rust disease. But isolated Amish communities quietly preserved these nutritional treasures in their separated settlements, maintaining genetic diversity that would have otherwise disappeared. The ban lasted decades in many states, yet Amish gardens kept producing. Black currants deliver exceptional vitamin C content along with powerful antioxidants that support immune function and reduce inflammation. A single handful provides more than your daily vitamin C requirement. The deep purple-black berries also contain anthocyanins, gamma-linolenic acid, and compounds that support eye health and circulation. Their preservation by Amish farmers kept valuable genetic diversity alive during Prohibition. Many states have now lifted the ban after developing rust-resistant varieties and better forest management practices. Check if black currants are legal in your state. Most have reversed the old restrictions. Plant in rich, well-drained soil with good air circulation. Bushes produce fruit on 2 to 3-year-old wood, so don't expect heavy crops immediately. Harvest when berries are fully black in midsummer, checking daily since they all ripen within a short window. Leave them on the bush a few extra days after turning black for maximum sweetness and vitamin development. Prune out wood older than 3 years to maintain vigorous production and prevent disease. The bushes can produce for 20 years or more with proper care. The intense flavor and health benefits make black currants worth seeking out. They strengthen immunity and provide antioxidants that protect against chronic disease. Use them fresh, frozen, or processed into jams and syrups. Black currant leaves can be dried for tea that also provides immune support and has a pleasant, slightly fruity flavor. The Amish made use of every part of the plant, wasting nothing. Sauerkraut represents one of the most important preservation methods in Amish culture, transforming simple cabbage into a probiotic powerhouse that sustained families through long winters. This fermented food provides probiotics that support gut health, something Amish families understood long before modern science confirmed the gut-brain connection and the microbiome's role in overall wellness. Every fall, communities gathered for cabbage processing, turning hundreds of heads into barrels of sauerkraut. The fermentation process creates beneficial bacteria that survive stomach acid and colonize your gut, improving digestion and strengthening immunity. Sauerkraut contains greater diversity of probiotic strains than supplements, plus prebiotics to feed them, and postbiotics that include vitamins C and K. The fermentation actually increases nutrient availability. Grow or source organic cabbage. You only need cabbage and salt, no special equipment or starter cultures. The beneficial bacteria naturally present on the cabbage leaves do all the work. Finely chopped cabbage, massage with salt until it releases liquid, pack tightly into jars, and ferment for at least 3 to 4 weeks. The salt concentration prevents harmful bacteria while encouraging beneficial ones. Keep the cabbage submerged under its own brine and store at cool room temperature away from direct sunlight. Store finished sauerkraut in cool conditions and never heat it, or you'll kill the beneficial probiotics. Eat it straight from the jar or as a condiment. Regular sauerkraut consumption improves digestion, strengthens immunity, and supports overall gut health better than isolated probiotic capsules. A new UC Davis study confirms sauerkraut helps protect your gut, an essential part of overall health. The living cultures work synergistically with the fiber and vitamins. Start with just a forkful daily and gradually increase. Your gut needs time to adjust to the beneficial bacteria. Some people experience temporary bloating as their microbiome shifts and rebalances. Item 6. Buckwheat. Despite its name, buckwheat isn't related to wheat at all. It's actually a seed, making it suitable for those with grain sensitivities or gluten concerns. Amish farmers planted it between primary crops for both nutrition and soil improvement, recognizing its multiple benefits. The quick-growing plants covered bare ground, preventing erosion while building soil health for the next crop. Buckwheat contains rutin, a compound that supports blood vessel integrity and circulation, particularly valuable for maintaining cardiovascular health through aging. The flavonoid strengthens capillary walls and helps regulate blood pressure naturally. Its quick maturity prevents soil erosion while suppressing weeds naturally through dense growth. The plants also attract beneficial pollinators with abundant nectar-rich flowers. Sow buckwheat seeds directly into prepared soil after last frost. It thrives in poor soil where other grains struggle, actually improving the ground it grows in. Seeds mature in just 10 to 12 weeks from planting to harvest. Delicate white flowers attract pollinators and support honey production. Buckwheat honey is dark, robust, and distinctly flavored. Harvest when seeds turn brown and can be easily rubbed from the hulls. Buckwheat can be grown multiple times in one season between main crops, providing several harvests from the same ground. Thresh the dried plants by beating them over a clean sheet, then winnow to separate seeds from chaff. Elderly Amish farmers claim buckwheat pancakes stick with you, providing sustained energy without blood sugar spikes. The complex carbohydrates digest slowly, preventing the crash that follows refined grain consumption. The cardiovascular benefits support healthy aging naturally. Toast buckwheat groats before cooking to enhance their naturally nutty flavor. The toasting develops deeper, more complex taste and creates a pleasant texture. Use buckwheat flour in pancakes, noodles, or blended with other flours for bread. If these old-time foods are inspiring some ideas for you, tap the like button so more people can discover what Amish farmers knew all along. And tell me in the comments, which forgotten superfood are you most excited to try? Amaranth is an ancient grain that was a staple for civilizations thousands of years ago, cultivated by the Aztecs and other Mesoamerican peoples who revered it as nearly sacred. Amish communities valued it for exceptional nutrition and its ability to thrive in challenging conditions when other crops struggled. The tall, dramatic plants produce striking seed heads in shades of red, gold, and purple. Amaranth contains high-quality, complete protein with all essential amino acids, plus higher levels of iron, phosphorus, magnesium, and folic acid than most other grains. The tiny seeds pack enormous nutritional impact, about 4,000 seeds per teaspoon, each one dense with nutrition. The leaves are also edible and highly nutritious, used as cooking greens similar to spinach. One plant can produce up to 60,000 seeds. Plant amaranth seeds after soil warms in late spring, pressing them lightly into the surface since they need light to germinate. Prefers full sun and tolerates poor soil, drought, and heat. Once established, amaranth survives with minimal water. It can generate seeds with up to 40 days without rain, making it ideal for sustainable growing. The deep taproot mines nutrients and moisture from deep soil layers. Early frost actually helps by drying seeds for harvest. Cut seed heads when they turn brown and dry, then thresh over a clean sheet to separate seeds. The plants can grow 6 to 8 feet tall in good conditions. The drought-tolerant nature and complete protein make amaranth ideal for sustainable home growing. Seeds can be popped like popcorn for a nutty snack, ground into flour for baking, or cooked like oatmeal for a protein-rich breakfast. Mix amaranth flour with wheat flour at a 1-to-3 ratio for baking, since amaranth contains no gluten. The slight pepperiness adds interesting flavor to breads and muffins. Use whole seeds in soups and stews where they add thickness and nutrition. Flax seeds were pressed for oil in small-scale Amish operations that maintained nutritional integrity lost in commercial processing. Modern industrial extraction uses heat and chemicals that damage delicate omega-3 fatty acids. These golden or brown seeds provide crucial plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, especially important for those who don't consume fish. The oil was used both for nutrition and traditional woodworking finishes. Flax contains alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA, a plant-based omega-3 that helps maintain flexible cell membranes and reduces inflammation throughout the body. The favorable omega-6 to omega-3 ratio supports lower risk of chronic diseases. Flax also provides lignans, compounds with antioxidant properties and potential hormone balancing effects. The seeds contain both soluble and insoluble fiber. Flax grows easily in cool climates with moderate rainfall. Plant seeds in early spring as soon as soil can be worked. The plants tolerate light frost. Space rows about a foot apart in well-drained soil. The plant produces delicate blue or white flowers that create beautiful waves across the field. Seeds are ready when pods turn brown and rattle when shaken. Harvest entire plants by cutting near ground level, then dry thoroughly before threshing. Bundle plants and hang in a dry, ventilated area for several weeks. Thresh by beating dried plants to separate seeds from pods and chaff. The omega-3 content supports cardiovascular health, brain function, and offers protective benefits against certain cancers. Ground flax is more beneficial than whole seeds since the hard outer shell passes through digestion intact. Grinding releases the nutrients inside. Add ground flax to smoothies, oatmeal, baked goods, or yogurt. Grind flax seeds fresh as needed and store in the refrigerator. The oils can go rancid when pre-ground and exposed to air and light. A small coffee grinder works perfectly for processing just what you need each week. Here's the thing most people overlook. Gooseberries are one of the most powerful anti-aging foods you can grow, yet they've been almost completely forgotten outside of Amish and traditional European communities. Amish gardens always included these tart berries for good reason. The bushes produce reliably for decades with minimal attention. Gooseberries are extraordinarily rich in vitamin C and antioxidants that reduce oxidative stress leading to premature aging and disease. They contain anthocyanins, folate, and phenolic compounds that may help reduce the risk of certain cancers, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. The berries support liver function and provide anti-inflammatory benefits throughout the body. Gooseberry bushes tolerate partial shade and various soil types, making them adaptable to different growing conditions. Plant bare root or containerized bushes in early spring or fall, spacing them about 4 feet apart. Berries ripen in early to midsummer, starting green and turning pink, red or amber depending on variety. Harvest when they reach full color for sweetest flavor. Though tart green berries work well for cooking, annual pruning of older canes promotes vigorous new growth and better fruiting. Remove branches older than 3 years and thin, crowded growth to improve air circulation. The high soluble and insoluble fiber assists in controlling blood sugar, improving digestion, and lowering blood pressure and cholesterol. Regular consumption helps you age gracefully while balancing blood sugar and boosting cardiovascular health. Slightly underripe gooseberries make excellent jam with natural pectin, while fully ripe ones are sweet enough for fresh eating. The complex sweet tart flavor surprises most people who only know commercially bred fruits. Towering mulberry trees serve as silent witnesses to Amish longevity. Planted strategically near barns where generations enjoyed abundant harvests requiring minimal labor. The trees provided multiple benefits: summer shade for buildings and livestock, nutritious fruit for families, and fodder for animals. Some trees planted 150 years ago still produce heavily. Mulberries contain resveratrol, the same compound that makes red wine beneficial, which supports cellular health and longevity. The berries also provide vitamin C, iron, and anthocyanins. The trees were selected primarily for nutritional value rather than commercial appeal. The soft berries don't ship well, which is exactly why they disappeared from modern agriculture. Mulberry trees are incredibly low maintenance once established. Plant in full sun with adequate space for mature size. These trees can reach 30 to 50 feet tall and wide. Choose between white, red, or black mulberry varieties based on your climate and taste preference. Trees begin producing within 2 to 3 years of planting. Fruit ripens over several weeks in early summer, extending the harvest period. Virtually no care needed once established. Trees fruit abundantly without fertilizer, spraying, or special attention. They tolerate drought, poor soil, and neglect better than most fruit trees. The practical placement provides summer shade for buildings while dropping nutritious fruit for both humans and livestock. Birds also feast on the berries, attracting wildlife and supporting local ecosystems. Mulberry harvesting inevitably results in purple-stained hands and sometimes stained paths beneath the tree, which Amish communities view with good humor as the price of abundance. Spread a clean sheet under the tree and gently shake branches. Ripe mulberries fall easily for effortless harvesting. Collect what falls naturally each morning during peak season. So no matter your space, your experience, or your resources, you can grow these same forgotten superfoods that sustained Amish communities for generations. These aren't complicated or exotic. They're simple, time-tested foods that nature designed for nourishment and health. They don't require special equipment, expensive inputs, or advanced skills. Just patience, attention, and willingness to learn from the plants themselves. Pick one idea from today and try it this season. Let it teach you something about patience, seasons, and the wisdom our ancestors understood. Maybe it's planting a single elderberry bush or fermenting your first jar of sauerkraut. Start small, learn as you go, and build from there. Drop a comment and tell me which forgotten superfood you're starting with. I'd love to hear what speaks to you and why. Share your growing zone, your experience level, or any concerns you have. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and join us here at Zero to Purpose, where we grow life, one simple project at a time. We're building something meaningful together, reconnecting with food, soil, and the slow wisdom that comes from working with nature instead of against it. Thanks for being here. See you in the next one.